Welcome to Intentionally Waiting, Season 2, Episode 3. So, hello, hi. What are we talking about today? I think we're talking about prayer because I said we were going to talk about prayer last week, and yes, we are talking about prayer this week. So I'm excited to share my week with you. I really am. I'm glad to actually be on this podcast today and just share. But I'm really glad to share about prayer, and it's weird because actually this week I was in a life group and that's what we were talking about. They were talking about prayer. So I think like what I'm talking about now is quite relevant because it's like I say I'm going to do something and then it almost is as if that gets confirmed that that's the right thing to do. So I think talking about prayer is going to be a good thing, and hopefully it's going to bless somebody. It's going to bless you the way that it's blessed me. But first, let's talk about my week. So, anything eventful happened in my week? Well, as you know, I am doing acting classes, and they are going super well. I'm really enjoying it. It's like understanding what acting is about and how it works really makes you, I guess, watch films differently. So now I watch movies differently. I look at the actors, I look at the kind of the messages they're trying to portray, because that's what acting is. It's relaying to you a message. So and sometimes it's subconscious and you don't really know that you're actually picking up these messages that they're relaying to you. But I've been acting now for about 4 weeks. So yeah, we're in the 4th week and it's getting harder and harder each time because you're having to be a bit more vulnerable and come out with the true feelings of the character that you're trying to play. And sometimes you don't know what that is, so it's kind of like you're trying to showcase it, or you're trying to perform it, but then you don't even know how to perform it yourself. You don't know how to do it yourself. You don't know how to express yourself. That's the right word. You don't know how to express yourself. So anyway, so that's the journey that I'm on, and I don't know, maybe one day I will share more about what's going on. But anyway, for now, that's what I'm doing. What else has been happening? I have been really good at opening up my hand, and letting things flow. So people that come and stay, great. If you come and you go, great. I've been really good at doing that. And I think the reason why it's been so easy is because of the topic we're going to be talking about today, which is prayer. Because it's not just about saying, yes, any Tom, Dick and Harry can come onto your table and come into your life and mess you about. It's not about that. It's really about being discerning of who's in your life. And the only way you can really discern is to actually ask for discernment, and the only way you can really ask for discernment is to pray. So, but sometimes we don't know how to pray. We don't know how we see prayer. We don't know how we see God in a prayer. We don't know whether we're begging him for something. We don't know whether he's actually got to go and do something. Like, when you're making a meal, for instance, you got to put the ingredients in the pot and then cook it and then serve it. So, is God doing that? Is God, having to go and get people and position them in order to get your prayers answered? What is God actually doing? And there's so many ways in which we can look at it, but the way I look at it, which really works for me, is that and it's in line with the Bible, because like God says he knew me before I was formed in my mother's womb. So he knew everything about me. He knew everything that I was going to do, every step I was going to make. He knew all these things. So therefore, I believe that God's already created all the blessings that I could ever want already. It's there already. But they don't all come to me in one go. So, the picture that I had in my head is like when we were little, my mum had a storeroom, and in the storeroom was all the goodies, like literally all the goodies, like all the sweets, the chocolates, the cornflakes. That basically she used to just buy in bulk and store in the storeroom. But we couldn't go to the storeroom. We would always have to ask if we could go. And sometimes it's like, okay, what you going for? Sometimes it's yes, you can go, and sometimes no, you can't go. So, and sometimes it's some things that we had to do. So in some scenarios, mum would say, well, it's on too high a shelf for you, so you're going to have to wait till you grow taller in order to reach it. Or sometimes it's like, well, that's not good for you, no, you can't have it. And sometimes it is, yes, just go and look at the corner and go get it, and that's fine. So, and that's how it worked. But it was there. Just because on occasion I couldn't have it didn't necessarily mean, or didn't mean that it wasn't there. And that's the way I look at prayer, and that's the way I look at blessings, and that's the way I look at the things that come from God, that they're already there waiting. But then there is this imaginary door where you need to press through on. And on the other side of the door is where you sit. And it's not a door that is shut closed. No, it's not. But essentially, it is kind of like a door to protect us. And because if that door was swung open and we went straight in, we wouldn't even know what we're doing. We wouldn't know what blessings to take, because we don't know whether we're ready for a particular blessing. So you go pick one because you think it looks juicy, and you take it and you go, oh, I don't know how to work this. Or you take another one and you're thinking, well, yeah, that needed something else, but you don't know where that other thing that it needed actually is. So this is why when you come to God and you say your prayers, you can either go from a position of despair, or you can go from position of faith. Now, despair is like, God, you've got something to do, so please, can you just do it for me? Please, 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 could you turn your focus to me and just do this one thing for me? I know you're really busy, God. I know you've got things to do, but, if you could just answer this one prayer for me, I promise you, I will not ask you for anything else ever again. And that's coming from a position of despair. But I like to look at it from a position of faith, where I know it's there. It's there already. It's just that, I don't have access to it. So I now come to God and say, God, I know it's there. And I thank you for it, because you've already provided for it, because you said that you knew me before my mother's womb, or before I was in my mother's womb. So if you knew that, then you already know what I need. So it's there. I know it's there. So can I have it, God? And sometimes God will be like, yeah, okay, you prayed for it. Here you go. There you go. And sometimes you hear nothing. And, and sometimes when you hear nothing, you go back to God and say, God, I asked you for that thing. Haven't given it to me. Can I have it? Please, God, give it to me, because I know it's there. I know it's there. And again, you hear nothing. And you might be doing this for a whole period of time. But I've learned that when I'm asking God for something and it doesn't come, it's not because he has anything to do, because he's done it all. It's all there. It's because there's something in me that needs to be different. So I'm asking the wrong prayer. I'm asking for something that more than likely I'm not ready for. So my prayer changes. So the request in terms of, or the focus of what I want doesn't change, but my prayer changes, because my prayer now goes from, God, can I have that thing, to, God, what is it that I need to change in me? What is it that I need to know in order to have that thing? And God, show me what it is that I need to know. Is it something I need to change? Is it something I need to look for? Is it that, I'm asking for the wrong thing the right thing at the wrong time? Show me what it is that I need to do in order to be able to get this. Now, that's a different prayer. And that's a prayer because you know it's there already. It's not a prayer of despair, it's a prayer of faith. Now, there are times when God will just say no, flat outright, it's no. And usually it's because it's not something that God has purposed for you. So, and it's a no. It's like, it might be a yes for somebody else, but it's a no for you. Or it might be something that's outside of his total will. It's the things that he says you can't do. Like, God, I don't like my friend down the road. I just want to kill her. And God's like, no. Or, I just want to hold unforgiveness against somebody because they've done me really wrong. And God's like, no. Or you say, God, go, I just want you to really, really go and hurt somebody because they've hurt me. And God's like, no, that's not the way. So So when it's a clear yes and a clear no, we're pretty clear. But when it's in between, it's like we don't know what to do. So, and this is the instance where we need to go to God and actually ask God, are we actually doing the right prayer? What is it that I need to be doing? What is it that I need to change? Is there something I need to learn? So when we are leaning in on God in relation to getting the right people into your life and the wrong people out of your life, if you're finding that there's people in your life that you are believing shouldn't be, ask God, why are they there? You know, is there a particular reason why these people are still in my life? Is there something that I need to learn? Is there something, is there something that you want me to do with them? Is there, is there some information that they have for me? Show me, God, why these people are still in my life. And God will show you, because he is a good God. God is a good God. He will show you these things. Because the ones that are to go, and he wants them to go, the minute you finish praying, they're gone, they're out. They will never call you, contact you again. But there may be some that stay and you don't know why they're there. They might be there and you're thinking, well, they're causing me more grief than happiness. So why are they there? And then there may be that one person that God has said, this is the person that I want to stay. I want to be in your life forever, because this is the person I've chosen for you. And sometimes it might be that the person God's chosen for you, you're looking at them thinking, I don't know what we're supposed to be doing here, but God says we're supposed to be together, and I don't get it. And again, it's a case of going back to God and saying, you know what, God, this kind of doesn't make sense. Am I doing something wrong? What do I need to learn? What do I need to do? And that's the thing. And when you view prayer from that perspective, it makes sense as to why we thank God. It makes sense as to why we praise God. It makes sense as to why our prayer language sometimes has to change, because it's not just about, no, God, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing this? I've asked you, you're not doing it. It's really about looking into yourself and asking God, are there things that I'm missing here? Because I know that you're a good God, and I know if there's something in my life that shouldn't be in my life, you will take it away. If there's something going wrong that shouldn't happen to me, you'll take it away once I've prayed. So if it's here for a reason. God, show me the reason. Are you trying to strengthen me through it? Are you trying to give me muscle so that I can be stronger in my faith? Are you trying to? Am I going to be a testimony for this? And you ask God, and God will answer you. So that's what I want to say about prayer. And I have been doing that ever since I've opened my palms. I've been praying and I've been asking God, the people that are meant to be in my life, let them stay. The people that shouldn't be in my life, Lord God, take them away. And also, if there's anything that I need to learn about the people in my life, show it to me, And God does that. Every single person that's in my life, God shows to me. And I just think it's an awesome thing to know that you have a Father that cares about you, that loves you, that shows you these things, that is true to his word, because he says he will never leave you nor forsake you, and he doesn't. And knowing that everything is already there, that God hasn't got anything to create. He said it on the cross, it is done, and it is done. Everything is done. When he created the world, he created it and it was all done. And it was good, so he did everything, and on the seventh day he rested, because he says, well, there's nothing else for me to do. So we're not coming to God because he's forgotten something, or or he's like us because that doesn't complete a task. We're going to God because we know it's already there. And we're going to God because we're asking, God, am I ready for this now? And if I am ready for this, can I have it? And you watch what he will do. He's done it for me, so I know. And like I said, I'm just an ordinary girl going through an ordinary life, having a super ordinary experience. Absolutely not super ordinary, exceptional experience. I think I said it better the other time, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But you get my drift. So I hope that's blessed somebody, and it blesses me all the time. And I'm going to close with a prayer, which is very apt for today. But the prayer that I'm going to close with today is the Lord's Prayer, because I think that there is no other prayer that I could possibly write that would be better or even more meaningful than the Lord's Prayer. So here goes. My Father, who is in heaven, holy is your name. Your kingdom come, yours will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give me today my daily bread, and forgive me for my wrongdoings, as I forgive those who do wrong to me. Lead me not into temptation, but deliver me from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. So, that's it for today. Thanks guys for showing up, and I look forward to showing up for you and for me next week. Take care. Bye bye.